I'm Comfort Maduako. I'm from Nigeria.
My name is Yuji Mori, coming from Tokyo, Japan.
My name is Maria de Los Angeles, but my nickname is Kanke, and everybody call me Kanke.
My full name is Nguyễn Thị Thanh Nhàn, but here I couldn't tell people my full name because it's difficult for them to remember.
I'm Alexander Maguada. I come from Zimbabwe.
I'm Michael Sieberich, and I'm from Germany.
Well, I'm Lisette Lorenzo from Guatemala City.
I'm Veera Lukhande. I am from India. I'm from Bombay.
I'm Lan Hương from Vietnam.
My name is Laura Matamala. I come from Chile.
I'm Michael, and I'm from Berlin, Kreuzberg, in Germany.
I'm Dominic Nassam. I come from Republic of Benin. It is a French-speaking country, a small country near Nigeria.
I'm Mia Konstantinidou, and I come from Berlin, Kreuzberg.
I'm Governor Kabade. I'm from Ethiopia.
My name is Archana Pawar, and I'm from India, from Pune.
My name is Tsepiso Babela is my surname. I come from South Africa, Johannesburg.
In Africa, we don't just give names. Parents have reasons for giving names when a child is born. So my father thought, this is the one that has come to comfort me.
Jim Weigel, I'm a senior associate with the Institute of Cultural Affairs, and in the 2005 IToP, I'm one of 3 we call deans, sort of lead trainers who are making the program work. IToP stands for the International Technology of Participation Training of Trainers. Technology of participation is the code word we use as ICA to talk about the set of facilitation and participatory methods that have been the core of our work around the world since we started back in 1973. Since 1995, the ICA office here in Phoenix has hosted these IToP programs here. They're usually about 6 weeks long and are an opportunity for staff and associates of ICAs in other countries to spend some time developing their ability as trainers and begin thinking through how to establish a training system in their country that could expand their income beyond grants to offering fee-for-service programs to other organizations.
I became a program officer of Japan's biggest grant-making foundation, and also I was in charge of giving grants to non-governmental organizations in other countries.
Yuji Mori is here from ICA Japan. He's a board member and has been involved with ICA for a number of years.
When I was working for the foundation, I just got to know the executive directors of ICA Japan in 1987. It's more than 15 years ago. And at that time, I was so interested in the training method of ICA Japan.
But they have 2 interests. One, they've spent a lot of effort in supporting rural and local development through ICAs and other organizations, different places in the world. They've put a lot of investment in Africa, working in partnership with the Japanese government to more effectively focus their aid funds.
Through this course, I found that the pace of the conversation is very important.
Yuji's also interested in doing more work with Japanese corporations, bringing these participatory methods in to create a more humane work atmosphere and greater participation in corporations.
In Vietnam, I work as a facilitator.
The folks who are here from ICA in Vietnam, really it's pre-ICA. They're working under the auspices of another organization and are doing rural development using these methods to facilitate rural development.
In fact, we are struggling with the 2 sides. One is to overcome all the difficulties and all the memories of the war. Good morning.
Good morning.
Many people are infected by Asian origins. Many people that they lost all their children in the war, so now they stay alone. And they are old, they have nothing to, so the community have to help them a lot.
He's from Tucson. Who's from Tucson? Raise up.
Yeah. And the other thing is trying to to develop in terms of economics.
Action planning part B, the second part of action planning, and some small part. We are using ICA method in working with community. We use consensus workshop, and we also use focus conversation, and we use math, especially consensus workshop in some development project.
And how about the other team? Yeah.
Gobina from Ethiopia, he's here to follow up. He's currently runs his own NGO that's a health-related organization. He's here to get some tools and some training capacity that he can use to set up an ICA in Ethiopia over the next several years that would complement the work that he's involved in now with HIV/AIDS prevention and local health care.
And they work through on action planning. A large population is living in desperation and deep poverty. And we are now having also a serious problem with HIV/AIDS.
In this IToP, we've got 3 different age groups in terms of ICAs that are here. We've got a number that are quite new.
When we were doing the focus conversation design, it was really cool because, I mean, first they didn't kind of get it, but once they kind of understood the idea, they came up with like pretty good questions. You know, I mean, I was really surprised. You know, I mean, they could really get it so fast. So we have a school over there for tribal kids. So I think we have around 500 kids. That includes boys and girls. So we kind of provide them with education, and it's a boarding school, so they live over there. So it's like we provide them with their toiletries, their stationaries, and their clothes and their food. And of course, we have a formal education system over there.
Young people get it quicker.
I studied physiotherapy for 2 years, and then I changed my career, and now I study special education. In my first university, they invited people for make this course, and I went, and they accepted me.
I have a certificate on community leadership development program. I belong to this community-based environmental development and management organization where programs are around the environment. And in 2003 April, I was recommended by the management committee to go and train in ICA methods.
And then we've got several of them who've started in the last 10 years. Has been kind of a growth spurt.
You can see that they really appreciated what we did. I'm a member of NIRADO, Nigerian Integrated Rural Development Organization.
So now we're going to meet in our training teams. My job has to do with working with poor people in small villages. So when I knew about ToP methods, I knew that it was going to help me a lot. Almost all the families live with less than $1 per day. So they are just worried about how to survive instead of how to develop.
There's a group here from Germany. ICA in Germany has been one of our oldest ones.
I got introduced to ICA through the Bertelsmann Foundation in Germany.
I work for a large foundation, the Bertelsmann Stiftung. It's a corporate foundation.
They were doing a participatory youth project looking for best practice in other countries, and they found the technology of participation methods.
It's just amazing. That you could talk like this all the time. Some of the kids were all the time like this. It was just...
I did a project with the foundation on youth engagement and methods how to increase youth engagement, and we did an international best practice research, and we found out about youth as facilitative leaders, and that was one of the things that we wanted to do in Germany. So we got in touch with a trainer in the Netherlands who had done the IToP here in Phoenix, And she introduced us to the method, and then we decided, well, this is what we want to do.
I think the greatest challenge in Germany is to find a diverse group of trainers and really train people from different backgrounds in order to overcome the existing racism and discrimination that's going on and the division in the communities.
The biggest problem in my community at home is exclusion of people who are not German, and people who are not German but born in Berlin have a lot of obstacles in their life and don't have the same perspectives in life, and it's just harder to participate.
The diversity of our team, and that we were able to get this done, and that actually people were able to value comfort with her age and her wisdom, and then with the other variety in the group that we had.
Dominique is a local counselor.
We came here because there was an opportunity for us to get skills in how we can do our work in Benin as ICA staff.
They've just started decentralization of the government there, so there's a lot of pressure to develop participatory ways of operating, involving people in development and projects, and their own governance.
The challenge in our place is to mobilize our population, because for years, population or citizens were thinking that everything must come from the government. And now with decentralization, we have to teach them, to tell them that the development must be local. And we call it in French, endogène. It must come from the local populations, the local communities. And that is the main task and the main challenge for us.
In my opinion, is a really strong part of the power of this IToP program. First, every ICA that sends people here has got to pony up, find a way to get them here, which involves plane fares for those who are staff. It involves covering their salaries while they're here. Board members take their own time and associates take their own time in coming here.
My team, I don't see anybody working.
Yeah, I'm working.
She's working, I'm working.
There's really two key aspects that make this IToP program a valuable program. One is there's a focus on all the participants developing the ability to train other people to use participatory methods in their situation. That has a big impact as they see themselves coming from different countries and actually being able to transfer these skills that they've just recently polished to other people.
Every day we have to deal with various groups in our work. And I think that the consensus workshop, the focused conversation methods I've learned here will be useful for me in my daily work, because even in our council we are 25 councillors, and sometimes on some topics we have to vote, and when you vote there are some who agree and there are some who are not, who are not of what we are voting for, and focused conversation can help us to get to the consensus when there is a hard or a tough topic or subject to deal with.
The most valuable thing I learned from this course is the methodology, and it's very helpful for me when I come back to Vietnam and work in my project now.
The design of the training, of having people from different backgrounds, even different countries, in the same training group, and then also inviting mentor trainers with different backgrounds and getting different styles and feedbacks.
Something valuable will be like from the present and looking for the future, like building those networks and sharing all those experiences after using ToP.
I really like the facilitation methods because I wasn't aware of something like that. And I think that in India we don't have too much of youth participation in ICA. So that is something that I'm going to be carrying from here. I need some youth people who work with the youth, I need their contacts so I can get back to India and kind of, start involving more youth in the ICA in India.
In ICA Chile, we work with handicapped physical people. And when I come back, I want to teach them more about this methodology and development in their own leadership capacity, because they are very shy, they don't have trust in their self. And I can use this methodology for help them teach, and my idea is in the future they can get new jobs, they can walk in the street without problems, more confidence. And this methodology is very good for theirs, I think.
The other thing that has a major impact, I think, on folks is they're running into one another. So you've got 19 people from 11 different countries who are all doing very similar work in their own countries, but unique in that they're focused on the conditions and realities of their countries.
Oh, it's very interesting to meet people from different parts of the world, to learn from them what they are doing, how they live their life, and to know too that you are not alone in certain things.
It's great having the whole world, or almost the whole world, assembled here in Phoenix.
Every time you get together with a group from all over the world, and especially in this case from actually nearly every continent, it is very diverse, there are very different values there, and that every time again is an experience that is unique. And I learned a lot from myself, and I think we also learned a lot about the different perspectives you can have in regards to the methods that we learned here, that we are learning here, and how you will use them in your culture.
I think that is a sense of a group that comes from different countries, from different backgrounds and different experiences. So I learned a lot from them, and they give me a chance to practice with them.
And Americans, you talk too fast, Your English is too fast. While I'm still absorbing one sentence, you are three sentences away, and it becomes so hard to follow you. But fortunately, we were able to have strategies to make our trainers be aware if maybe they are going too fast or we don't understand. And the team, we help one another. Where I do not understand, I'm able to approach one team member and I get an explanation, and yeah, that's all.
You want to explain something or encourage people or energize people, and you know how to say it in your mother language, but you want to find the correct words in English, and also like working with that diversity too, people from all different parts of the world. It's like my different accent and their different accents, so trying to understand each other and trying to be so comprehensive, friendly.
It's like we are all working towards one goal, despite the fact that you are coming from different corners of the world, but it looks like we are all working towards the same goal.
We come from different countries, but I didn't feel the distance among us. We think we are working we knew each other from long time ago. We knew each other a long time ago, and that worked great for me. Normally, I think I couldn't express my own thought clearly to you. So why I can express my idea as a trainer? So I was very anxious and nervous before the training course. But when the training course finished, I had sent a release. And I think, be brave, not so.
It's great, and the thing is, it feels like we're friends for a long time already, and it doesn't really feel strange. But still, we're learning about each other every day, and it's really nice.
ICA has done his mission of cultural, because we have gathered here from different places and sharing our ways of working for our communities And I think that it is a good thing. Above the training itself, coming here is for me a great gain, because I've discovered another culture, other peoples, and how they live, and how Americans also are courteous for me, because anywhere you go, everybody is ready to help you.
I mean, I've never got a chance like this. This was my very first experience, working with so many people and from so many different places. It was really nice. I mean, we got to know so much about each other's culture and about each other's countries, and it was really good.
Oh, it was fantastic. It's just great to have the input and the different styles and different cultural backgrounds. It's really adding to the experience.
We are different in many ways, but we are able to accommodate each other. And in this course, I've realized many people being able to accommodate each other. I mean, since I've come here, it's almost 4 weeks, and I haven't seen any negative attitude from anyone.
I like it because I like the diversity, but I think we are of different country, but we are human being.
Here in ICA Training Center, I live in the same room with one South African, one Japanese, and one Ethiopian. So we are there and living friendly. We learned how to live and to know the value of our partner. So I think that it is for us a new learning. From that, I've learned that looking at my neighbor, I must take him as a human being instead of white or black or other color. I just take it as human being, and we have the same feeling. We have the same goals of development in our communities, and I'm really happy to meet all those folks.
Very beautiful this to see that every person we have something in common.
This is someone, oh, no, I don't have my glasses. I can't read this. Where's my glasses? These work? Okay, try these. Oh, these work. Okay. This is one who has passion for people, for facilitating people in 2 languages at least. Have you guessed yet? I think there's an element of personal risk whenever you're being involved in local development or community development, because in their own communities, people are always volunteers. And in encouraging participation in organizations and corporations, essentially what you're doing is tapping into people's own ability to decide to step forward and make a contribution and take a risk to make things happen.
We called O, observation, R, we called reaction, I was idea, and D was decision. And they got it. I will get back there, get my community, my husband's cabinet members, have a meeting with them to organize not only the youths, the women, and the men, to brainstorm them, to know where we are, what direction we are going to, and take up projects and make sure that we accomplish them.
Together with the other 2 German participants that are here, we set up an NGO. It's called Participation is Possible, and we hope that we really will be able to increase the participatory culture among youth in Germany, and maybe after that also move on into different fields.
I want to see ToP methods are working, and there are more villages that can have access to ToP methods, specifically with YFL, because we have a lot of youth people in my country. And it will be a very nice tool that youth people have, even though it challenges how to get money. But I think it will help a lot for development of our country, because we need a lot of development.
In my community currently, we are trying by all means that we build that spirit of taking the responsibility to make your development, to make development for yourself, and also to take responsibility towards resources that are available within that community.
Empower mothers and fathers and young people in certain neighborhoods and schools to, I'd say, get a voice and be able to participate and create structures for participation. And I think this is something great that we could use in Berlin.
That will improve our ability to communicate with one another and to reach out to different communities, because we're also looking at different languages that are spoken within the communities.
My intention is to promote this IToP, I mean GFM, through especially the Japanese company businessmen, because for past 15 years, Japanese economy has been so stagnated.
I'm going to use these methods differently, like GFM and PSP. I think it is very important for me to work with youth and villagers to make them participate in different activities and to make effective leadership. I think this method is very important.
My father, who's the president of ICA India, he is thinking of starting some kind of a technical institute for the kids who graduate from our school, so that they don't stop learning at that point, like just till the 10th grade. They can go ahead and educate themselves, and they can be self-supportive.
First, when participant trust, and the first day, and the trust, they don't have to trust in us and in the methodology, but then we went to trust. We won. So. I have many ideas and projects in my head for I want to make in Chile. And while I see more big project, new project here, more things, and I more want to come back Chile and make many things for my country, my people, my handicaps.
I would like to build a sense of communities in everybody's around, that we can help each other. We don't need to have a lot of money, or we don't need to have a lot of things to give them. Sometimes it's only the emotion and feeling is enough.
The mother were interested in learning and use this method. This is very, very important for us. I may give this tool to other people, and they may make change in their life. This change for me is more emotion.
We've begun to broaden the curriculum a little bit, so it's not as strictly focused just on the training as it has been, but people are taking a broader look at all the different programs that ICA does, and we're trying to give them skills and abilities so they can form and sustain ICAs in their own countries, as well as build stronger connections among ICAs.
I will use the knowledge I've gotten here to organize my women, train them, and make them think towards things to do to help themselves, instead of looking up to somebody to come and do it for them. Sense of unity and working together.
I am very excited about it. This is a unique chance, and well, the ICA methods have such a long history that they're very much proven, and they have also a spirit to themselves, what is very important about them too. So we hope that we can bring that over into our culture.
Anyone can learn and anyone can practice. That was I think, quite a big characteristics of ICA methods.
I think if they use ToP methods, it can enhance their work, and actually people can, take charge of their own destiny they've got an input into development projects, which they can then take ownership of after the development agencies have left.
I think we can do a change. And also there are another IToPers in my country, so I think we can do a change. We can, yes, I think, because we have a teamwork, and other people that knows the methods, and everybody with very different skills, so we can work together.
Finally, at the second day, the kind of response we got from the participants was really very encouraging. So the main insight here is we'll have different situations, but let's not be discouraged and get into the situation and work on. It's possible to solve our problems of poverty, HIV/AIDS, destitution, if we give the right tools, opportunities, and support and direction to people. I think I'm so confident and believe the country has a great potential to offer. What is, as to me, missing is really to people to give the right opportunity and the means.
Yes, I'm really excited because I will go back differently than I've arrived here in the USA.
Obi tọrọ m ụtọ ukwuu na ndị ICS mụbịa ka m mụọ ihe ha na-eme ebe a. Ọ wụ ezigbo ihe, and obi tọrọ m ụtọ m laruo aga m akọrọ ndị ọzọ.
Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ, ICA.
皆さんもまた機会があったらぜひこの ICA の IToP このセミナーにぜひ参加してみてください。とても面白いセミナーです。
मला इथे येण्याची संधी दिली म्हणून त्यासाठी धन्यवाद.
Je veux dire merci à ICA USA d'avoir organisé cette formation qui est pour nous un renforcement de capacité dans tout ce que nous faisons dans notre pays. Je remercie beaucoup ICA USA. Merci.
धन्यवाद ICA. मला इथे येण्याची संधी दिली आणि मी इथे खूप वेगळ्या लोकांना भेटले, वेगळे कल्चर शिकले. धन्यवाद.
Ra leboga gore re kry that chance ya gore re fitlhele rona mo re tlo ithuta, and hopefully ke tla ra boela gae ka fitlha ka apply whatever ke ithutileng ya.
Chekutanga ndinoti ICA irambe ichienderera mberi nezvairi kuita zvinosimudzirawo upfumi, magariro evanhu, kubatana kwevanhu nedevelopment.
Bueno, ICA para mí ha sido una gran oportunidad y he descubierto todo lo que es el trabajo en equipo y la colaboración entre los seres humanos.
ICA or ICA for me is muy importante. Es muy importante y creo en esto. I believe in ICA.
ICA là người làm của các hướng dẫn viên trên toàn thế giới. Trên toàn thế giới.
Uzobugobela